Welcome to my series into Microsoft Fabric DP-700. In this video, we'll be looking at windowing in EventHouse. So what is windowing and why does it matter? Windowing means breaking up streaming events into time-based groups instead of looking at all of the data together. So essentially, as streaming data comes in, how do you split it up into different buckets to help create meaningful information? Why does it matter in EventHouse and streaming? And the answer is that you can do real-time calculations such as average CPU load every minute. You can create alerts such as alert if more than 3 errors happen in 5 minutes. Or you can run trend analysis. For example, count sales every 15 minutes. You can think of it as group by with streaming data. For the DP-700 exam, there are 5 different window functions that you need to remember. The first that we will look at is a tumbling window. A tumbling window splits the timeline into equal non-overlapping blocks of time. For example, you could have a 5-minute window, followed immediately by another 5-minute window, followed immediately by another 5-minute window. Each window is 5 minutes and non-overlap, and they all follow immediately after each other. So each event belongs to one and only one block. For the exam, possible phrasings that could help you think about a tumbling window would be count the number of logins in a fixed 5-minute block, or trigger an alert if 3 errors occur in a 5-minute window. An important thing to remember for tumbling windows is that they are back-to-back fixed windows with no overlap. The next that we will look at is hopping windows. A hopping window also uses fixed length blocks, but they can overlap. This is controlled by 2 settings. One is the window size, how long each block lasts, and the other is the hop size, how far forward the next window moves. Because of the overlap, an event might appear in more than one window. So possible exam phrases that could help you think towards a hopping window would be count the number of sales in a 10-minute window that updates every 5 minutes. Show the average response time in a 15-minute window hopping every 5 minutes. So the key difference here in a hopping window and compared to a tumbling window is that you are counting in a fixed period of time every 5 minutes or every how many minutes. The important point to remember is that a hopping window is overlapping fixed windows. The next window function that we're going to look at is a sliding window. A sliding window always looks at the last X amount of time, whenever new events arrive or old ones fall out with a result updates. Think of a sliding window like a camera that's always filming the last few moments of time. As new events come in, the older ones slide out of view. Possible phrases that can help you think of a sliding window in the exam is track the last 5 minutes updating with every new login, or show all active sessions in the last 10 seconds. The important thing to remember is that a sliding window is a rolling window that moves with the data. The next window we're going to look at is a session window. A session window groups together events that happen close in time and ends the group if there's a gap in activity. If no new events arrive within the timeout, the session closes. So possible phrases that could help you think of a session window in the exam would be group a user's clicks into sessions separated by 5 minutes of inactivity. Count IoT messages per device, closing the session if no message arrives for 2 minutes. So an important thing to remember for the exam is that a session window is windows based on bursts of activity, not fixed time. And the final type of window function for the exam is a snapshot window. A snapshot window groups events that share the exact same timestamp. It is often combined with other window functions to output results at set boundaries. Possible exam phrases would be group tweets with the same timestamp, or aggregate results at the end of each 30-minute tumbling window. An important thing to remember is that a snapshot is grouping by identical timestamps. So, to summarize, there are 5 different window types. I believe the 4 that you're most likely to be asked on in the exam would be the tumbling window, the hopping window, the sliding window, and the session window. The snapshot window is slightly less commonly used, but it is still good to know. So, a tumbling window is a back-to-back fixed window with no overlap. A hopping window has overlapping fixed windows. A sliding window is a rolling window that moves with the data, and a session window is based on bursts of activity, not fixed time. On to the questions. Question 1. Which window type creates fixed, non-overlapping time intervals? A. A hopping window, B. A tumbling window, C. A sliding window, or D. A session window? And the answer to that is B. A tumbling window, as it has non-overlapping fixed intervals. A hopping window is incorrect as it has overlapping fixed windows. A sliding window is incorrect because it updates on every new event entering or leaving the range. And a session window is incorrect because it is based on inactivity groups. Question 2. Which window allows events to appear in more than one time range? A. A tumbling window, B. A snapshot window, C. A hopping window, or D. A session window? And the answer to that is a hopping window. A hopping window has overlapping fixed windows. Question 3. Which window is best for grouping user activity with idle timeouts? A. A sliding window, B. A session window, C. A tumbling window, or D. A snapshot window? And the answer to that is a session window, as it is based on inactivity gaps. Question 4. Which window recalculates results every time a new event enters or leaves the range? A. A sliding window, B. A tumbling window, C. A hopping window, or D. A snapshot window? And the answer to that is a sliding window, as it updates on every new event entering or leaving the range. Question 5. Which window groups events with exactly the same timestamp? A. A snapshot window, B. A tumbling window, C. A sliding window, C. A session window, or D. A sliding window? And the answer to that is a snapshot window, as it groups on identical timestamps only. That brings me to the end of this video. Thank you for watching.